Peace, y'all. Hey, I'm Ivory. I'm back and it's time to eat again. And today, I made a mussels seafood boil. I'm hungry. I'm excited. This wind is blowing so nice through this window, y'all. I'm ready to eat. Dang, these peppers are so slippery. Anyway, I have some Grey Goose vodka on the side here. I'm actually having a double shot today. Oof. My bad. And I have some lime and blackberry water today. Oh yeah. I think lime water and blackberry lime water are probably my favorite. Y'all, you see that ginger garlic sauce on the bottom right there? I used some Slap Your Mama seasoning with some vegan butter, and I did make a short video. Whew, y'all, let's eat. Let's eat. I do have a fork because it's kind of hot. Let me start with a mussel. Yeah, I see it. It's raining today in North Florida. It's raining and it's kind of cool. It's like in the upper 60s. That breeze is coming through this window. It's a nice breeze. I have broccoli, corn, eggs, red and gold potatoes, lemon that I cooked in the sauce, parsley, green peppers, green onions. Ooh, these mussels are good. That one's pretty right on that. Oh, I'm so thankful for this food, y'all. Okay. Some broccoli. This is delicious. It is. I hope my jacket isn't too loud. Oh, yes. Some organic eggs. Brown eggs. Ooh. Ooh, it's hot. I gotta hold this up, huh? Just for a second. As long as my little shoulder could take it. That's it. Woo, y'all. Let's take a shot now. I need one. That was good. Okay. Whew. This has to be more than a double shot. This has to be a triple shot glass. It has to be. Look how big this glass is, y'all. Whew. It's good though. It's good. Ooh, it's good. I think I put 4 boiled eggs in this. It's water-based, water and lemon juice. Then I cooked down the potatoes until they were mostly done, and the corn. I cooked the eggs on the side. And then added those in when I added in the mussels. I added in the mussels at the end. They only needed like 7 or 8 minutes to cook. I washed them in cold water first. And then added them straight to the pot. Ooh, yeah, it's still so hot. I put a little bit of hot sauce, just a little bit of Louisiana hot sauce. Ooh. I want to eat the corn, but I feel like it's too hot for my hands. Let's see. It cooked in that Slap Your Mama seafood seasoning. That's exactly what it tastes like too. I didn't even know that Slap Your Mama made seafood boil seasoning. I saw it at the seafood market. It's good. I know this butter all over my face. Probably got corn kernels all in my teeth. That's some good corn. Ooh. Oh, that was good. Mix it up a little bit. Move that garlic around some. I use minced garlic and minced ginger. Delicious. I gotta try some pickled ginger. Ooh, yes, this corn right here. Ooh, man. It moved right to the front too, like it wanted y'all to see it. I don't put any salt. I don't know if people put salt in their seafood boil seasoning, like when you're cooking. I just put the Slap Your Mama seasoning in there. Y'all, that's going down my damn neck. Dang, these potatoes are good. At one point, I would only eat red potatoes, but they're typically smaller than gold and regular white potatoes. So in the organic section, they had organic gold potatoes. So I wanted some big baked potatoes for the snapper video. That's what I put in here. Those gold potatoes are good, y'all. They are good. Look, y'all. It's dripping everywhere. Oh, that was good. Oh, this one hot. I could tell it was underneath in that sauce the whole time. So good. My name is going loud. Radio outside. I don't know if I can hear it. Woo! My. Some good water. Okay. I think I'm gonna just eat one more potato and one more piece of corn. Then I'm gonna get into these grapes and pineapples. Spice got my nose running a little bit. Ooh. That fresh parsley has a nice taste to it too. It's kind of bland, but when it's fresh parsley, it has that fresh herb type of flavor to it. It's good. And so, y'all, a lot of people are talking about the situation that happened in Rocky Mount, North Carolina, with the substitute teacher fighting a student out there at Rocky Mount High. Now, if you follow the channel, you know that I was born in New York, but I'm from North Carolina for real. I'm from Durham, North Carolina. That's where I spent the most years in my life. I spent 11 years in Durham, North Carolina, out of all 4 states that I lived in. I know a lot about North Carolina. Now, I went to college in Durham, and I taught 6 years of high school English in Durham. However, in between teaching in North Carolina and teaching here in Florida, I was living with different people. My life was all over the place, and some of y'all know. But anyway, I lived in North Carolina, in Nash County, Rocky Mount, North Carolina, for a span of time too. So I know about Rocky Mount. It's good. It's country hood. It's not a major city like Durham, the Triangle area, rather Durham, Chapel Hill. It's not big like that, but it's country hood, country dangerous. It's that type of setting in the way that because it's not a big city, too much time on your hands. So it'll be a lot of mess in Rocky Mount, North Carolina. No. And I'm leaning over this bowl because I know it's dripping. I know that drip is dripping. Okay? No. So corny. Anyway. So when I saw the video of that substitute teacher fighting that kid, that video really spoke volumes. Okay. I could tell by the way that this teacher was dressed that she wasn't very professional. Now, I taught at a college prep charter school in North Carolina. But it was Durham, North Carolina. But in Florida, here, in Duval County, I taught them inner city kids here. Similar to the style of students that the teacher was working with out there in Rocky Mount, North Carolina. Now, to go back to her professionalism, I could tell by the way she was dressed that, you know, maybe she didn't have a lot of formal training as far as how to be professional with these kids. Because, number one, if you want their respect, you have to look the part. You have to look the part of a respectable professional adult when you're in a classroom setting, in a high school classroom setting in an inner city. Now, schools I worked at, both of them, students nor teachers, none of us could have color in our hair and neither of those schools would a teacher be allowed to wear them tight ass shorts like that. Now, I'm not judging her. Wear what you want to wear. However, in a classroom setting, you have to be formal and professional. And in those teacher handbooks, they teach you that you're supposed to dress modestly, wearing neutral colors, because it can be a distraction to kids. No. Juicy. Woo. Juicy pineapple, y'all. Now, I love a good colorful hairstyle. Clearly. I want a pineapple. However, in the classroom, it's a distraction. You can't have all them beads and bangles and jewels. And the way that I have my hair right now, it's a distraction to those kids. High school kids, elementary school kids, in most of these schools, you cannot wear bright busy clothes, tight clothes that are very revealing. When I was in the classroom, I wore blazers every day, Monday through Thursday, and the school logo collar shirt on Fridays. I did. And I learned over time, especially being black, those kids need to see black professional adults. I'm not making it about this lady's appearance. I'm just saying that that was the first red flag for me to know that she's not a very professional adult, to have on those tight ass shorts like that and to have bright colors in her hair. Like she just wasn't dressed professionally. Her mannerism, like her body language, the way that she was with that young girl, you could tell that more than likely they were going through a power struggle in that classroom. And that lady was trying to prove that she was the teacher and she was in control. Now, I do know from teaching 8 years of high school, the kids don't really have respect for substitute teachers. They don't. You have to gain their respect once they, you know, test you and size you up and see if you actually do care about them and see how you are, like how you carry yourself. They gain respect for you over time. At least that's my situation. Those kids, eventually, they loved me at both of the schools. I loved my experience with those kids, and I gave them my best. But they gave their substitute teachers hell. And I say that to say, maybe the lady was getting a hard time. Juicy grapes too. Maybe the lady was being given a hard time by this student or all of them, who knows. But when that girl who was referenced as a juvenile on the news, because she was already a troublemaker, allegedly, that teacher, that woman didn't handle that girl right. In a classroom, in an inner city classroom, Rocky Mount High, you got to be professional. You got to be on your toes with those kids, or they'll run over you. And or they won't respect you. They won't listen. They won't listen. They give them substitute teachers hell in inner city schools. They do. However, those teachers still get protection from the administrative team, just in general, because they are still professionals who go through training. They're supposed to anyway. Now, when the teacher took the phone, rightfully so, because the phone policy is the same pretty much across the board in the United States of America. You can't have cell phones in the classroom unless they're being used for educational purposes, being directed by the teacher. If the teacher says that you were wrong, a cell phone violation, yo, you lose your privileges. You don't get to keep your cell phone. Now I keep it in my drawer. And if this is the second or third time, the phone going to the front office and your parent got to come pick it up. It is what it is. The teacher was not wrong. That woman wasn't wrong for taking that phone if she really did see it. Because it's supposed to be out of sight or it's mine. That's the rule. Now, it becomes a power struggle when you have an aggressive student who is like, that's my phone. My mama paid for that phone. You not my mama, so give me my phone back. It becomes a power struggle when you're, as the teacher, getting in a verbal battle with the kid, when you're trying to prove your point, when you're, you know, being aggressive back. You don't got to do none of that because the kid already wrong. Now, whether it's a substitute teacher or not a substitute teacher, you take that phone and that student gets aggressive, there's a protocol. There's a hierarchy for every school. There is somebody for you to reach out and call. That woman said in the video that she contacted the administrators 3 times. That means she was waiting for somebody to show up. She took matters into her own hands when that little girl was saying, cursing, going off, doing all that, give my phone back. Give my damn phone, give my phone back. The teacher was supposed to just let the girl take it. Let her take it. Because the teacher is the one with the power. Oh, the students might say, oh, wow, she took her phone. Oh, they gonna go off now. They gonna get hyped up because it seems like that she really bossed you as the teacher. But the teacher has the power. What you gonna do next? Get out your best ballpoint pen. And you gonna write another write-up slip. Now it seems stupid. It's like I ain't finna get no write-up slip. I'm finna handle her. You get that write-up slip. F that phone. Get that write-up slip. And you write down what's going on. This misconduct, profanity, harassment. She steps in my bubble. She got close to me. I didn't know if she had a weapon on her or if she was gonna grab a pencil. I didn't know because she was becoming aggressive and hostile. That's what you do. And then when it's time to have that meeting in the office, because now you're gonna send another student to take that slip to the office, right? And you're gonna carry on with your lesson. And this girl thinking that she got one up on you because she got her phone back. Administration's still on the way. And me, see, I reinforce it by getting on that phone again or getting on that walkie-talkie. Let them know the situation done escalated. Let them come on out. And what's gonna happen? More than likely, that kid, she would have got suspended. That girl would have got suspended. Because you don't get to get bucked and disrespect a teacher. You don't get to take your phone back. And the students always say, you only took my phone. Sally, Suzanne, and Johnny, they had their phones out. And she only took my phone. Listen, I only take what I see. I can't help that your friends were slicker than you and they put their phone up by the time I turned all the way around. I only saw your phone, so you got caught. It is what it is. So that argument don't work in the front office, the she only took my phone. We good. You go up there and you let them know. I saw her phone. And I took it. And she got aggressive. She used profanity. She took it back. That girl, she finna get at least, 2, 3, 4, 5 days, depending on the school and depending on how many times this juvenile done got in trouble. I ain't fighting with no kid over no cell phone that I don't pay the bill for. You keep your phone. It's in your best interest to go ahead on and give it up and take the L and get it back at the end of the class. But no. You want to test me? All the teacher had to do was keep her cool. Dang, this fruit is juicy. All she had to do was keep her cool. She lost control. She lost that power struggle. That kid won. Either way it goes, she on top of this girl and she is pounding on her. That's not what they teach you when you're in training as a teacher. That's not how you handle altercations. That's not how you handle an aggressive student. And she want to show pictures where her hair was missing in the front. I'm sorry, baby. But she didn't have any right. As the one who is the adult, you are the teacher, you are the professional. Even if a student hits you, it might sound hard to do. It might sound like the wrong thing to do. But you're supposed to let that kid hit you. You let that kid hit you if you want to keep your job. If you want to keep your career in general. Because this lady probably will never be in anybody's classroom again. Period. After this mess right here. Because she was pounding on that lady's child. She was pounding her punching her fist on a minor. Girl, please, your career is over with. And she was up there saying goodbye to the profession. She's done with teaching. Me too. But I went out with pride, with my head held high, okay? And my license still intact. And this woman right here, according to the news, she is facing criminal charges. Y'all see my little jaguar? Put a piece of ice in there. At the end of the day, these kids deserve professional teachers. It's not so much about her attire, even though that does matter heavily in the classroom. It really makes a difference, like a night and day difference in the way these kids treat you, especially when they're just meeting you. If you're just, you know, a substitute teacher who's kind of new, you got to show up being a real professional, almost like you're the real teacher. But you have to look like that. You got to look like that. That bright red hair, you know, it was screaming trap queen. And it was just a regular hairstyle. But these inner city kids, they need to see teachers who can carry themselves professionally. There is a reason why dress codes and uniform exist. Because these companies, they want professionalism. And I'm running my own business here. And I say I can wear my hair the way I want to because this is my business. But in that classroom, I signed that contract. I signed that handbook. Yo, like, I had to look the part. And professionalism, that's a good standard. So I wasn't mad about it. I felt like I was held back a little bit. Y'all, I'm tipsy. I felt like I was held back a little bit as far as my individuality and creativity because I couldn't really dress how I wanted to. So I'm happier now. But in the classroom, I understood why you had to keep it modest. Because you need to do, you got to be doing as many things right as you can if you want to be successful with your group of kids. And she lost. She lost her cool. And she lost that battle, that battle of power. That kid won against her. Either way it go, this lady gonna move on. She'll find something else to do. I think she was talking about real estate or something. She'll be okay. But let this be a lesson to all the adults who work with kids, especially in the inner city schools. These kids deserve professionalism. These kids deserve to have teachers who know how to handle altercations. And that woman thought that she handled this with protocol, but she didn't follow through. She didn't follow through. She was not supposed to force that kid from getting the phone, swinging her hands around. Don't touch me. Back up. You ain't got to do none of that. Let that kid snatch that phone right up out your hand, and then you handle that too. You're not her mama. At the end of the day, we are not their parents. And that's the one you really gonna have to deal with at the end of the day. She tried to handle that little girl like she was grown. Talking about, why do women hate each other? Why do black women treat each other? That's not a woman. She's not a woman yet. She's a little girl. You want to fight her woman to woman like y'all in the streets. She was a kid. These high school is just big ass kids. She was supposed to let that girl throw a tantrum about that stank phone. Let her take it. Because she finna go home for a couple days. So be in after school detention 1 for disrespecting her teacher. That's how you handle that. You don't put your hands on somebody else's kid. Even if the girl did swing. She wasn't even swinging on her. She was trying to get her phone back. She wasn't swinging on that lady. She was trying to get her phone. Here we go. I love y'all. It's an unfortunate situation. That lady lost all of her edges on one side, child. Sure did. Adults, do not get into power struggles with kids. Especially not somebody else's kids. Pick your battles. Be mature. That's all. I love y'all. I'll be back tomorrow. Peace.